When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. They're the home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds and Skims use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/start selling, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/start selling to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/start selling.
She needs to do a podcast since she never got her due. She's a big lesbian and a loudmouth Jew. With a gasket always ready to blow, you're listening to Judy's show. Who? Judy's show. Wait a minute, who are you talking about? Oh, she's an asshole. What is wrong with you? Oh, you suck. So long. Fuck off. Hello, welcome to It's Judy's show. I am your host, Judy Gold, and oh my God, it's a rant week. Last week, I wanted it to be a rant week, and it wasn't a rant week, and I had to record early because my editor went on vacation, and then so much more happened. So, oh my God, how much do we have to talk about? I'm so thrilled. Just let me get my dates out of the way. This weekend on July 27th, I'm at the San Francisco Jewish Film Festival. I'm at the Palace of the Arts, and I am going to be performing and then doing a talk about a film I'm in that was directed and written by Fern Perlstein, and it is about cancel culture, and free speech, and it's called Canceled. It was produced by Trevor Noah, and it's being shown at the San Francisco Jewish Film Festival, and I'm going to be a part of that, and I'm excited to go to San Francisco. I'm recording this in the morning, and I'm having my coffee, and you're going to have to deal with the swallowing, okay? Then I would also like to tell you all that I will be in Provincetown at the Post Office Cabaret every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. I've been having so much fun. I love performing in Provincetown. I'm working on new material and, just being here and playing tennis and losing because Elisa is so much better than me and we fight on the tennis court. Okay. Elisa said to me yesterday, my parents played doubles, but they never played tennis, but they never played together because to avoid fighting. And, pretty sure that's what we need to do. But we can't even play on the same court because then when we're opposite each other, I make faces and I get mad at her for shots. It's really so immature. Someone needs to do a study on the many different, I was going to say levels of our relationship, but just, I don't know. There's just so many different parts of our relationship, and some of them work and some of them are annoying. So that's that. Saturday, the 27th, I'm in San Francisco. And then, I'm looking at my calendar, but it's not on month. I have a gig. I'm going to be in Trenton, New Jersey, where my father worked for most of his working life as a tax attorney for the state of New Jersey, and he wrote the tax laws for the state of New Jersey, and he worked there. I never went to his office, but I'm going there to do a gig for pancreatic cancer. Not for pancreatic cancer, but against, like fighting pancreatic cancer. And then on the 29th of August, I'm going to be in Fire Island. That's right. I'm going to be in Fire Island. So more to come on that. So that's that. Those are my gigs. Let's fucking rant and talk. What a fucking week and a half. What? I can't. Let's start with the assassination attempt. It's scary. That's scary when that happens, and everyone, no matter what their feelings are, and let me tell you something. Some of these people are definitely like, oh, it's awful, but you know what they're thinking. You know what I mean? I might be one of them. So here's the thing, the outcome of that. First of all, why is he walking around with a mini pad on his ear? That bandage, he definitely was like, no, bigger. Because I've had major surgeries, my knee, my finger. I've had 3 surgeries on my finger, my hand, because I fucking stabbed myself while I was trying to get an avocado pit out of an avocado because my mother called and annoyed me on the phone. And then my neighbor came over and took some food and I was annoyed about that. And my mother called. I remember it was Easter, and my mother called and was like, listen, don't visit me today. I don't want to see you, which means please come. I can't take it anymore. And I was like, I'm not planning on coming. And then the neighbor came over, and then the kids were like, can you make me avocado toast? And I went to get the pit out of the avocado, and it slipped and went into my hand, and then I couldn't feel my finger. And I do play piano, and I was like, oh my God, and I'm screaming, and Henry and Elisa took me over to the urgent care, and then I had to go get surgery, and it's still tingling. Oh, and by the way, I did Chopped All Stars like a couple of weeks later. I had no fucking feeling in my fucking goddamn finger, but I did it, and I lost. So I had a bandage. I mean, it was a pretty big bandage because they went inside, but it wasn't like that bandage is just like a surface. I know I'm being petty, but it's just so annoying. And then the fucking cult followers wearing a bandage on their ear, and then him with the Almighty God save me. Oh, Almighty God saved you, but didn't save any of the children at Sandy Hook, or at Marjorie Taylor Greene, or any other horrible mass shooting at a grocery store, or a concert, or a school, or anywhere. But Almighty God was like, you know what? I know those kids were precious, but I want to save Donald Trump. What the fuck is wrong? He's such a disgusting, I fucking hate him. I'm sorry. I know all you Jews and are like, oh my God, he's really good for Israel. He's not good for anything. He is not good for anything. And that JD Vance is like scary as shit. They're disgusting. And being a woman, if you vote for them and you're a woman, then you fucking hate yourself. Coffee sip. That was scary. I was at a wedding in Chicago when it happened, and I read it on my phone. You know, the wedding was really fun. And then I was like, oh, this is really fun. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. And I can't believe that people came out, that they fucking said the Democrats, it's because of the Democrats' rhetoric. Are you fucking kidding me? That man has ruined people. He's not a man. That scum piece of garbage has ruined people's lives. Those women who worked voting polls, whatever. They worked at the polls, Shay, and I can't remember because it's too early in the morning. Those women, their lives were destroyed. People can't look. It's just unbelievable. And you're talking about Dems rhetoric? You're fucking crazy if you believe this shit. Okay, so that happens. And then, on Sunday, right after the assassination attempt, on Saturday, I flew back from Chicago from my niece's wedding, my niece and nephew, Evan and Emily. God bless you. Beautiful wedding. They're just great kids. They're great kids. And we had so much fun. And Henry and Ben were there. And we danced. And Elisa has the greatest family. So it was just so much fucking fun. I mean, at the end, I was having a little ADD, like, oh God, I have to get up really early. I better get back to the hotel. And then there was a fucking deluge of torrential rain. So we stayed, but I got up really early because I had a show Sunday night in P-Town, and I was flying back to LaGuardia and then driving to P-Town, which is like a 5.5 hour drive. Please kill me now. And so I get off. It's a direct flight, and I was flying first class. I used my points to upgrade. And I check in at O'Hare, direct flight. They're every hour or so. And I get off the plane at LaGuardia, and I'm like, I'm going to have coffee because I'm about to kill myself, and I have to drive 5.5 hours. And then I go over to the baggage claim area, and I notice that my bag's not there, and it stopped, it's going around, but it's not feeding bags out. And I said to the people who work there, I said, is this it for that, for this flight? And he said, yeah. And I was like, are you fucking... It's a direct flight. I'm first class. So then I go to the baggage area. I don't have any control. I have no self-control. I got a D in self-control in 4th grade. I can't hold in I am like in the baggage claim area, putting on a scene from, I don't know what, the airport play that I'm going to write about the fucking shitty airline. And I'm like, why? Why? It's a direct flight. I have a gig and all my clothes are in there and my makeup and everything. I mean, I have enough makeup, I could have, whatever. But so I go in the baggage and I'm like, how does this happen? This is the thing. When shit like this occurs, how does this happen? That one person, one fucking imbecile person can ruin someone, and not even know the person, can ruin someone's fucking day, month, year, life. Okay? What is that? I don't understand. Like, you just have one fucking thing. Put a tag on, put it on the fucking thing, and put it on the fucking plane. So I took a fit. I called Elisa. Elisa is the recipient of all of my fits. And she's now learned, it used to be, I don't know if in your relationship, when you're like, you just want to vent. And Elisa's a therapist, so she tries solutions instead of just going, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. No, she does well, did you go over to the thing? Did you think that? Well, why do you think this? I don't know why it happened. I don't know why it happened. Can you just tell me I'm pretty? Just say, Judy, you're really pretty. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So it was the worst day. I get here, I do my show. I'm exhausted. And then we have this week from hell. Everyone, I got to tell you, so many people died last week. Why did Richard Simmons die? Do we have any information on that? It's so sad. He just posted about his birthday, and I was like, happy birthday. I don't understand. Shannon Doherty died, young woman, terrible. Let's see who else died. There was a whole bunch of people who died. Oh, Dr. Ruth. I remember when I was in college, this is what we did. This is before the phones and the computers. I can't believe that we had to walk around campus carrying these fucking 70-pound books. And no one had a backpack. You actually held them in your arm. It was ridiculous. Anyway, we used to go to this auditorium, and they would put Dr. Ruth on this big screen, and we would just watch her talk about sex, and we would laugh. I mean, we were all stoned, but it was so fucking great. And I met her, and I work with her at the 92nd Street Y. What a fucking... Read her obituary. Look what this woman accomplished. And you're not ready for a woman president? Look, women should run this fucking country because these guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. She was unbelievable. Bob Newhart, I got to tell you, I mean, when I think of my childhood and I think of all of those sitcoms, those situation comedies that were such a part of my life, that those characters were a part of my life. Those apartments, those homes, those, the Brady Bunch house, like everything, the Partridge Family bus, Bob Newhart's office, Mary Tyler Moore's apartment, the office, the news office. I can't talk. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me. I have Bidenitis, but those were such a part of my life. And, you see these people, he was 94. God bless him. He had a great life. But you know what that means? I'm fucking old. I'm 61. That's like 33 years from now for me. And if I go back 33 years, I can totally remember everything, kind of, when I wasn't stoned. So it was just a terrible week. And then that convention, first of all, fucking orange fuckface mini pad ear was so... First, he was like sleeping during Donald Trump Jr.'s speech. Look at his pores. I know I'm being like, this doesn't matter, but he's so disgusting. And the shit he says about the way other people look. And Melania and Matt Gaetz went to the same fucking doctor and got their faces pulled from New York to California. What is that look? With the, seriously, what is that look where they just pull it? It's so ugly. And Kimberly Guilfoyle looks like a fucking cartoon character. How much fucking eye makeup can you put on an eye? How does she even open her eyelids? She was married to Gavin Newsom. Go look at pictures of her when she was married to Gavin Newsom. And she was pretty and like normal looking. She looks like a fucking, like if you saw her in the grocery store, you'd be like, what the fuck is it Halloween? Why is that woman, like, what is going on? And he fucks her. Eric's wife too, with the fucking cosmetic surgery. And then Ivanka's there with, or Ivana. No, it's Ivanka. Ivana's dead in the golf course. But Ivanka is there with Jared. And they don't want to be there. Her face is getting really gross too. And then who's the other one? The one he hates that there's a video of her going up to him to say, like, oh, Dad, when they're going to be seated, and he just fucking ignores her. He's such a disgusting. And then the big Trump sign, like he's God. He's a fuck. And that speech was shit. I stayed up. Most people, I had to stay up. It was a rambling. Oh, I'm gonna be for all American. You're not gonna be for. You fucking suck. 34 felonies. And I love that they didn't talk about. All they talked about was how they were going to beat Joe Biden, and Joe Biden sucks. And now Joe Biden isn't running, so fuck you, you stupid pieces of shit. Those people, I have a joke in my act that I'll be redoing now. But seriously, there were no people of color at that convention in the audience. They were putting the camera out. I did not see one person with any sort of different melanoma, melody. I'm just being an asshole. But seriously, and I have a joke in my act about the Republican convention, how they do try to put the camera on the 3 black people that are there. And then at the end, they show them vacuuming and cleaning up. But there weren't even 3 black people to put the camera on. This is a Christo-fascist, white supremacist bunch of fucking idiots. And you see what happens when you take money out of education. You have these fucks. You have Marjorie Taylor fuck. You have Matt fuck. You have Lauren fuck. You have all these fucks. You have JD fuck. Those are the last names. The fact that these people live in the same country as me and want a dictator is beyond fascinating. As someone who has spent my adult life fighting for women's rights, for gay rights, and now fighting against anti-Semitism with people who, against anti-Semitism coming from people who I fought for your rights. It's just disgusting. But, a lot of Jews are going to be like, they talked about Israel, they did this, yes. And that's what the Dems need to do too. Enough with your fucking quote unquote progressive. You can't be progressive, that progressive, and not support Israel, which is progressive. Yes, Netanyahu's an asshole, but Trump's an asshole. There's plenty of assholes. Doesn't mean that we want innocent people to, like, it's just, but I'll get to that at some other point. I can't. I don't understand that there is this group. He just let them all out and they've been they're a fucking cult. And that's your leader? Like, he's gross. At least with Joel Osteen, who's another cult, at least he has he's just disgusting. But, he's not, I think he's kind of bad. He has the fucking facial surgery too, but at least he's not, I hate them. I can't stand them. That convention was disgusting and scary. It was like a KKK meeting. And it's so masculine with the, hey, I'm going to be. He thinks he's fucking Tony Soprano. And then he kisses that poor firefighter who gets killed. He did say, everyone said he dedicated his life to saving other people's lives. I didn't agree with him politically at all. But you don't go, you put his uniform there and then you kiss the helmet. Like, what is wrong with you? Hug a fucking, he's psycho. The wife of the man who was killed, Biden called her and she didn't take the call because her husband hated Biden and she just thought he wouldn't want her to take the call. I thought that was a little immature. The president of the United States calls you, have some respect. Seriously. It's this kind of behavior. It's ridiculous. Petty, childish. This week's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now, I am a huge advocate for therapy. I talk therapy. I like physical therapy too, but I'm talking about talk therapy. I've been in therapy since I'm 18 years old. There is nothing better. Nothing better. And it is a stressful time. We just had an election. It's the holidays and we're going to have to spend family time or not spend family time. It's a decision you might make in therapy because therapy is really the best way, the only way to process your feelings, anxiety, depression, everything. I've been doing it for over 40 years. I know what I'm talking about. So if you've been thinking about starting therapy, if you thought about it for years and just didn't do it, please give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It's suited to your schedule. You go to betterhelp.com/JudyGold. You fill out a brief questionnaire. You get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch your therapist at any time for no additional charge. I've done that multiple times in my life, switch therapists. It works. It works. And I know a lot of people who have used BetterHelp, and they love it. So find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/JudyGold today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kan du norsk?
If you've had that sound from Babbel before, I bet you do. Babbel is the science-backed language learning app that actually works. With quick 10-minute lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts, Babbel gets you on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. With over 16 million subscriptions sold and a 20-day money-back guarantee, just start speaking another language with Babbel. Right now, up to 55% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/Spotify podcast. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify podcast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Okay, that thing was fucking totally scary. Okay, and now Kamala And do you notice how they call her Kamala at the convention just to be fucking assholes? Kamala was in Provincetown on Saturday with Pete Buttigieg, Sarah McBride, Jennifer Coolidge, Adrienne Warren. Who else was there? Maura Healey, Chasten Buttigieg. All, you know. And I bought a ticket, but I ended up having to shoot a short film in New York, so I couldn't make it. And then I was like, you know how you have such FOMO, and I'm watching all my friends' pictures on Instagram, and I'm like, fuck, I should be there. But then I was like, oh, it's a lot of standing and hot. Like I just, you know, you can unFOMO yourself, because all you have to this is how you unFOMO. You just go, oh, it's only going to be 2 hours. And you think of all the annoying things, the things that would annoy you, and you just focus on that shit. Okay, I'm just telling you how to fix FOMO. You know, like even for a party, and it's like, oh, yeah, but this one's going to be there, and that this one's going to annoy me. You know, that's what I do. I unFOMO by focusing on the shit that will annoy me. So anyway, everyone said how, you know, presidential she was. Everyone talked about how great Sarah McBride was, whatever. And I did not think Joe was going to bow out the following day. And yesterday, I'm recording this on Monday. And yesterday, we're sitting here getting ready to go to the beach. And Henry calls and says he bowed out. And I was like, what? And I looked, and he had announced it a minute before. And I felt a wave of sadness. You know, just like when Bob Newhart died and when these icons die. And, you know, yes, I read Aaron Sorkin's editorial in the New York Times, his op-ed about how the Dems should pick a Republican. Shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. The Dems should pick a Dem. Like, it's not a script. It's real life. We have to get shit done. And we have to really, really focus on women's rights, which is good because Kamala focuses on women's rights. And also, her husband's a Jew. But the media, it sucks. You suck, media, because for a week you were like, oh, he's, you know, like acting like Trump is a hero and not a fucking asshole who divided this country and threaten your lives. Like journalists are like, oh yeah, and you know, it's fucking you. He was like calling you fake news and pointing to you at his rallies and telling people to attack you. And then what is going on? Do you have like no memory? The narrative that the media continues to push is just, it's mind-boggling. So I do feel I'm all in for Kamala. I don't know who she's going to pick. Joe Manchin can take a fucking maxi pad and shove it up his urethra. Oh, I think I'm going to switch over to Democrat. Fuck you with your fucking penis and balls. Like you think you're an asshole. I'm in for Kamala, and I said from day one that you picked Biden-Harris, and Harris, you picked her. You picked her to take over in case anything happened to him, and now something has happened, and you need to support her. It's enough already. I think Joe Biden, whether or not you like him, good man, dedicated his life to public service. That is a public servant right there, and now has stepped aside. Something orange Kotex fucking, by Andy Ostroy told me the Kotex thing. I love it. Andy, he's great. But mini pad ear would never step aside. And now you just lambasted Biden for being old. Well, now you're the fucking old one. Someone wrote, my friend Henriette sent me this post that someone wrote, this is the first time in ever that the media is calling a woman in her 50s young. So now you had that whole narrative that he's too old and you're the fucking old, demented piece of shit with a when is he taking that shit off his ear? And we have no information except from that Ronnie Jackson fucking liar. And let me ask you a question. If that bullet went through his ear that closely, wouldn't he not be able to hear out of the ear for a while? Like, really? I don't know. I don't, there's a lot of it that's just bullshit. But I just want to say thank you to Joe Biden. Whether or not you like his policies, whether or not, whatever, he is a good man. He dedicated his life to this country, and he stepped aside for this country, for the Democratic Party. He is a mensch. So you can say whatever you want, but what a decent human being. What a decent guy. And now you can go pivot with your fucking goddamn how long is he going to wear the ear thing? I'm sure he designed the bandage too. I can't believe the bandages have a big T on it. He's going to sell, I'm telling you, he is going to sell gauze pads. There's going to be Trump gauze pads. I swear to God. He's going to sell Trump gauze pads. And then when it goes to a Band-Aid, he'll sell Trump Band-Aids and people will buy them. They should make a Mr. Potato Head with his fucking, and you could put different hair on it and just different like ears in with fucking, I hate him so much. So anyway, I'm all in for Kamala. I'm all in for a female president. It's about fucking time. And I feel good about, and everyone's like, oh, he's going to win. He's going to cut the shit with the fucking negativity. Yes, I know. I'm trying to be realistic that there are, but she is a prosecutor. If he debates her, he's fucking dead. He's going to pull the same shit he did with Hillary, like walking around her and trying to intimidate. No, she's not going to put up with that shit. So go Kamala. All right, I have to go because I have to go play tennis now. But I love you. I love all of you. My friend, a friend of mine from college, her wife told me last night at the show that she listens to the end. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening to the end. Check out my dates. Go to my website. Please subscribe to my podcast and leave a review. Please. I need you to do that. I have some great people coming up. And so we have some great episodes coming up. And I love you. I love all of you. This podcast, by the way, is produced by Laura Vogel, edited by Colin Schmaling, and my perfect theme song was written and arranged and background vocals by Lauren Gold. He is a gem. He's on tour with Chicago right now. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I really appreciate you. Bring the hostages home. Bring them fucking home. It's been way too long, and you can't stop talking about them. There are American hostages being held there. Okay? So bring them home. And that's all I have to say. Elisa just walked downstairs. I'm sure she's in her tennis outfit. There she is. There's Elisa in her tennis outfit.
Hi, everybody.
So we're going to play tennis. That's her being nice. I don't ever get that personality.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, so I don't really get that personality, but you do. So maybe I'll just stay on for the rest of my life, and she'll be nice. There she is. That's my girl. She's going to go kick my ass. And I talked about our tennis and how we can't get along. But
That's very common.
it is? And what about all the other times we can't get along?
Well, that's not.
That's your fault. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. I love you all. And as we always say, so long.
Ritual is hardly the only brand running a 40% off sale, but it is the only sale asking you to shop responsibly. In this chaotic sale season, we're urging you to think about what's essential. Supporting your foundational health, immune system, and gut microbiome, all pretty essential. How about making sure your products are heavy metal tested, clean label project certified, and vetted for ingredients deemed high risk for human rights and environmental issues? Also essential. So this Black Friday, skip the micro trends and put your savings where they matter. Your health. Give back to your body and support your foundational health with 40% off daily essentials like Symbiotic Plus for gut support, Hyacera for skin support, and stress relief to support the body's natural cortisol response. Ritual products are science-backed, vegan, GMO-free, and sourced through their trademark traceable supply chain. Get 40% off at ritual.com/podcast and shop responsibly.